thank you. Would you remember Code Red? Techies might. Happened about a decade ago. Computer Work attacked hundreds of thousands of computers, shut them down. The White House shut down. Well, could happen again. We don't want to hear that. Scott Schaefer with Blade Technologies joining us with more on this. Yikes.
Yeah, you know, what happens is Microsoft issues patches typically on the second Tuesday of each month, Patch Tuesday.
Okay.
And this past Tuesday, they issued one that was very critical. Now, there's not an exploit out there today, so people can't attack you today, but what typically happens when a patch is issued, the bad guys reverse engineer it and figure out, okay, where's the vulnerability, and if you're not patched, you can get in big trouble.
All right, so what do we need to do to prevent this from happening?
Right, absolutely. One thing we talk all the time about seems like Apple devices and Android devices, but it's important to note, if you look at desktops, this is Windows. Windows is almost 89% of the desktops out there.
Okay.
So it's really important that you do, again, some of this good computer hygiene. And one thing you need to do all the time is take a look at your control panel, for example. This happens to be Windows 7. Your own system may look a little different, but you're going to find something in here like system and security, something along those lines, and you're going to find Windows Update. Now, this is one of those items that you can turn on, you can turn off. You have a lot of capabilities, but even if you don't do it automatically, which is recommended, you want to make sure to go in there at least Monday, remembering that the second Tuesday of the month is when the patches come out. And basically, you can just go here, check for updates. It'll go up for your version of Windows, find out what you need, download it, apply it, restart, and you're safe.
Yeah, why is this so important, Scott? I mean, if I don't do this, what could happen to my computer?
In this particular exploit that's been issued, it's pretty urgent. In fact, we recommend everyone to have already their Windows servers should be patched already, because what this can do, this is something that is an exploit around what's called remote desktop, where people can actually get in remotely, get a desktop across the network, and control your computer just like if you were sitting there. So this is an important one, so make sure you patch your system.
Yeah, and a lot of people kind of forget to go into that control panel and do those updates.
Yeah, it's important. And most systems out of the box will be at least download them and ask you if you want to apply. But typically what we recommend, especially home users, just set it to always apply, and it'll automatically download, and you'll see things going on. And down at the bottom, it'll say, okay, we applied new updates, restart, and you're ready to go.
It doesn't take very long, right?
No, it depends on the numbers of patches they issue that week. And any week, it could be between 8, 6, maybe a dozen. But if you wait several months, then you may find it's going to take a while, because you have all these patches that have to be applied going back, way back in time. So this is one of those things on a monthly basis you want to do for your operating system.
All right, Scott, we have you here. We got to ask you about the new iPad being released tomorrow. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, the new iPad, good stuff. It's going to be released. You can get it tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern. For the iPad 2 users, it might not be too compelling of an upgrade because it has a lot already in there. The neatest thing about the new iPad that I think is that new Retina display. It is just unbelievable when you get a chance to look at it. It's like, I've heard it described as a glowing piece of paper because the because the resolution is so good. So if you're an iPad 1 user or moving from an Android device, it's definitely something to take a look at. iPad 2 users, unless you find something you really want out of the new system, I'd probably wait up.
All right, Scott Schaefer, Blade Technologies. Thank you as always, Scott.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it. All right, Angie, we'll send it back to you.
All right.